Abana n'amatoza sango ko batubara bene baretuseka bati noshita barekumbo barekabira abana barya.
So she's saying that with her, she should look at Haven of Hope as a source of help, because it has really helped her children. And even when they were enrolling their children at Haven of Hope, there were a lot of people that actually laughed at them in the compound to say, is that where you can take your children? They're going nowhere, it won't do anything. But right now, those are the same people that are envying her children, and they would also want to have their children come to Haven of Hope, because you're doing a lot. They never believed that all those things we were telling them would be done, like, you know. It has really helped them. And it's the envy of the other parents that didn't want their children to be here in the first place.
So one thing that he has noticed is that when Collins just started coming to school when we were at the other building, he was quite young and he didn't know anything. But now when he goes home, he'll try to ask him any kind of question that he tries to ask about school. Collins will answer this, he's tried this and that. So that really shows that Havens of Hope is really doing a lot, and what it's doing is quite having an impact on Collins. And he's just appealing to you to continue helping him, because he knows that in future Collins will be a better person.
Now, these kids have very little that actually belongs to them. Even the clothing that they wear, it belongs to them while they fit it. And when it doesn't fit anymore, it goes to somebody else. Or they wear it till it's rags. But these kids, when they receive the letters, and they receive pictures, those things belong to them. The gifts that they get at Christmas time belong to them. And it's just cool to see how they feel like they belong to somebody else. Kids who don't have parents, a lot of them, and if they do, their parents may be ill. They see that, they're vulnerable, but to them, they at least belong to this sponsor. But I think my biggest low happened after the trip. When we got home and found out that Bridget, a girl that one of the families in our small group sponsors, that she fell into some water and drowned. And you know, it's a low for me, because I actually got to meet her. I got to go to her house. I got to visit with her family. My sister and her family sponsor her sister. So it hit me hard, but it also made me realize just how short of an opportunity we have to really reach these kids. And any opportunity that we miss might be the last opportunity.
Hi, I'm Vince Smith, the director of Haven of Hope here in the United States, and it was a privilege to be on a recent trip here in June or July of 2013. We had 11 people that traveled to Zambia, and it's always a privilege to be able to take teams over to meet, have sponsors meet their sponsored child, and just watch how it changes the lives of both that child and the sponsor forever, really. And one of the things that we really are passionate about at Haven of Hope is making sure the sponsors get letters to their sponsored child, and that life-on-life connection. And every time we're in Zambia, we see these children just cherish these letters. They hang on to them, they read them. And one of the greatest disappointments for us is when we see a child that did not get a letter from their sponsor. So somebody from our travel team ends up writing them a letter so they receive one, but they know that it isn't their sponsor. And we end up getting to see the tears in those kids' eyes when they don't hear. So this is a confirmation for us and our team here in the U.S. that these letters speak hope and life into the children in Zambia. So if you're a sponsor and you're listening to this, we definitely want to encourage you to never miss sending your letter. They matter to these kids. And as we continue a building project in Ndola, Zambia, as of today, we still have $133,000 to raise, but this last week we got to see pictures of the walls going up, 18,100 blocks that our contractors are putting up this week, and now we can see the walls forming, and as soon as our children in Andola are able to move into that school, there's going to be room for 143 additional students. We're also excited that we're going to be able to add 30 new children to that school by January 1st of 2013. So we're excited all that God is doing, a continued growth responsibility really for all of us here that are a part of the Haven of Hope team. And we're thankful for those of you that are watching this video and what you've meant to Haven of Hope and the partnership. And we just want to challenge you, we want to encourage you on behalf of orphans, the fatherless in Zambia, to consider how you can step into a greater role. There's all kinds of needs, whether it's financial resources or just going on a trip and being able to have a life-on-life connection with the child where you can speak hope and life into them. Feel free to give us a call or stop into our office anytime in State College so we can talk more about how we can partner together to change lives physically and spiritually in Zambia, Africa, because it matters.